So everybody should know by now that there was a tornado that came through central Tennessee. It damaged quite a bit of Nashville and a lot of Putnam County going towards Cookeville. A few people reached out on Instagram to us. You know, we were not affected by this at all, so we're perfectly fine. So don't worry about that. As of right now, I think the death toll is at 25, and there's still over a dozen people that are missing. So it was a pretty bad one. I know that there were quite a few children that died too, under the age of 10. So it always sucks to hear stuff like that. But one of the first major spots that it hit was actually a small airport, John C. Toon Airport, and that's 9 miles north of us. So that's kind of where it started. So I did go out riding the day that it happened. I just wanted to check everything out on my own, see it with my own eyes and everything. And I didn't go to the airport, but I did see some drone footage online, and it just, for that to be an EF1, it was an EF1 when it hit the airport. And I think Germantown. Germantown was like the next big area to get hit. And then by the time it hit East Nashville, I think it was an EF2. And then once it got to Lebanon, it was an EF3. So it just kept getting stronger and stronger as it went. And it pretty much followed 40 all the way to Cookeville. I know there's several different funds right now that you can donate to help the victims of the tornado and all that, just across the entire state, not just Nashville. There's a few of them, so I will just link all of those in the description. Big takeaway for Tennessee in general is just how much people come together when there's a crisis like this. Edley's Barbecue set up a tent, and they were giving away free barbecue sandwiches. Airbnb, there's certain people on there that were offering to help and let people stay at their Airbnbs for free. I actually just got a text from Verizon, and they said that anybody in the affected area, they would get unlimited talk, text, and data for a certain period of time. So I thought that was interesting. I guess Verizon's doing what they can, you know. So yeah, there's just a lot of help going around out there. So there's actually one video in particular that somebody made that really stands out to me. I mean, it's a really well done video, but it's crazy because he had footage from right after it happened, all the emergency crews showing up, and then the people the next day that are starting to clear everything up. I mean, so many people got out immediately and started clearing up all the trees and just helping out with whatever they can. This guy, I don't know if he's a part of an emergency crew or news crew or what, but I'm going to leave a link to his video in the description because I think it's well worth a watch for anybody. Nashville itself seems to be fairly lucky when it comes to big disasters like this. It doesn't seem to happen that often. Like, the last thing that happened that was major like this was the flood of 2010. That was a big deal. One before that I can think of was another tornado hit in 1998. I know that one was devastating as well. So it seems like Nashville gets lucky with stuff like this, but when something does happen, it hits hard. That's really all I have for now. I don't have a whole lot to add other than, you know, just what I've been seeing on the news and everything. But like I said, I did go out riding that day to see what I could see. I didn't pull out the drone, anything like that, because it just, I don't know. It seemed like I would just be getting in the way. You know, I was probably already in the way just by being out. So, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some of the footage that I did get as I was riding, just to show you some of the destruction you could see from the street. So the power's out here. First I went to Germantown to check that out. Like I said, I didn't go see the airport. Dang. Still a lot of damage for it to be like the weakest point of it being a tornado. Like I said, it is just amazing to see how many people were actually out already, just helping out, cutting up trees, clearing everything out. There were some areas that you could tell the tornado hit, but everything was already like organized into a pile and everything. It's crazy. Oh, God. There's just debris everywhere. So it completely missed downtown, so there's really nothing to see there. But after Germantown, I went to East Nashville, and it seemed like it hit there a lot harder than Germantown. Guess we can't go that way. Okay. Ooh. It was actually really difficult for me to get around because they had so many of the streets blocked off for a good reason. I know I probably should have just stayed home and not gone out there. One of the areas that stands out the most to me is actually where I used to work. I wasn't able to go down that street at all because it had the most amount of destruction. There's no houses or anything over there, so they're not letting anybody go back there. It's just like workplaces, warehouses, stuff like that. So I actually found out about it from Antoine, and that morning his work was one of the places I got hit. So he was sending me pictures of that, and I recognized that whole street. There's a little strip mall there that got hit pretty hard, and it was just crazy seeing it because I used to go there every day for work, you know. I know there was a car dealership down there, and it was on fire basically the entire day because when I rode by, you could just see this huge black plume of smoke. And I wasn't sure about my work. I could actually see my work from the interstate, and it looked fine. There was a semi that had turned over in the parking lot. I could see that from the interstate. Dang. There's my old work right there. So they had a truck flip. Man. But the building itself looked fine. Later on, I found a video from the Lebanon Police Department, and they flew a drone right by my building, and one section of the wall was just completely blown out. So it did hit my old work. It was crazy. Hope everybody's okay from that. I haven't really heard anything from anybody. I've seen a couple people that I used to work with post about it, and they seem like everything's fine. So I don't know if anybody was in the building when it happened. So since I couldn't go check out my old work, I went the other way and followed the interstate going east. It followed right along the interstate, and you could see, I mean, it's just houses out there, and it just ripped right through all the houses just lined up. So yeah, that is what I was able to see. Like I said, if you guys feel like donating to any charity, I think the city of Nashville organized certain ones and they're directing the funds to nonprofits. So I'll try to find as many as I can that are going on right now, and if you feel like donating, I'll leave them in the description. So to everybody affected by this, that's lost someone, lost their house, anything like that, just know that you are not alone. There are already so many people that have come together to help, and it'll get better. I know there's been so many people just reaching out saying if you need help with anything, just let us know. Same thing goes for us. If there's anything else that we can do to help, let us know. I just wanted to do a video like this just to get more of the information out there, especially where you can donate. I know a lot of people that watch our channel aren't in Tennessee, and that's fine. So yeah, I just wanted to share what info I could. I think that's all I got. See you guys in the next one.